Are you struggling to define the return type in your Spark Scala user-defined function? It can be a bit tricky, but don't worry, you're in the right place. Today, we will clarify how to make your code more readable by defining the return type for your UDF. I completely understand how frustrating it can be when your code lacks clarity. You want others to easily understand what your function returns, especially when collaborating with teammates or sharing your work. You're definitely not alone in this. Let's dive into the specific question at hand. One user recently asked, how can I define the return type for my UDF so that people looking at the code will know immediately that it returns a double? This is a common concern, and it's essential for maintaining clean and understandable code. So, why is defining the return type important? It helps in understanding the function's purpose at a glance and prevents potential errors down the line. By explicitly stating the return type, you make your code more maintainable and user-friendly. And stick around. At the end of this video, I will share a quick tip that can enhance your coding practices even further. To define the return type for the user-defined function, or UDF, in Spark Scala, the user should specify the return type explicitly in the function definition. This helps others understand what type of value the function will return. Next, the user should ensure that the UDF is registered correctly with the specified return type. This can be done by using the return type method when creating the UDF. Now, the user can use the UDF in their Spark data frame operations. When they apply the UDF, the return type will be clear to anyone reading the code. Finally, the user should document the UDF to provide additional context. This can include comments explaining the purpose of the UDF and its return type. Fun fact, did you know that clear code can save you hours of debugging later? It's like having a map in a new city, much easier to navigate. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user suggests defining the return type of your UDF explicitly. They recommend using the UDF method with type parameters to specify the return type as double. Let's check out another perspective from a different user. This user suggests defining the return type of your UDF by passing a type parameter to the UDF function. Interestingly, you need to specify the return type first, followed by the input types. For example, you can define your UDF to return a double and accept a sequence of integers. That's it for that response. Let's explore another one. This user suggests defining the return type of your UDF explicitly. They explain that you can specify the return type using Scala's lambda syntax. Alternatively, you can create a separate function that defines the logic and return type, then pass that function to the UDF. Here's that quick tip I promised. Always document your functions, including their return types. This practice not only helps others, but also serves as a reminder for you when you revisit your code later. And there you have it. By defining the return type in your Spark Scala UDF, you make your code clearer and more maintainable. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more coding tips. And remember, clear code is happy code.